and to a happy 2014.
Gordy. Not the greatest.
How I work my camera, I have a memory chip in there, and when the memory chip gets full, I upload onto a USB drive, and then clear the memory chip and start over. I've got about 19 minutes and change on this memory chip, so we're gonna be fast. First of all, Happy New Year. Second, there was a decision today. I was on Facebook, and I'm flipping around, and at the 11th hour today, there was a decision from the federal court in Buffalo. The judge there upheld the so-called assault weapons ban, the ammunition background, but he moved the magazine capacity back to 10. Didn't move it higher than 10, moved it back to 10. The joke is, none of us were complying with it anyway. We all had our fully loaded magazines. We didn't care about the 10 rounds or the 7 rounds. None of us had 7 rounds in the mag. None of us. That was the joke. Obviously, the part of the law that he upheld will be appealed by the New York State Rifle Pistol Association. There are other cases pending as well. The Second Amendment Foundation was suing over the 7-round mag limit. They can't sue over the 7-round mag limit now, but they might be able to sue about the more than 10. I don't know. See what happens with that. But now, what does this mean for us? This is a good thing, because in places like the People's Republic of New York, where they have 5 rounds in the rifles, the federal judge said moving the magazine below 10 rounds is an undue burden, etc., etc., and it's done. So that means nowhere in this country can they ever move the magazine below 10. And the original SAFE Act wanted to move it to 5. They were going to move all magazines to 5 rounds, which would mean only 25% of revolvers would be legal, maybe, and the only legal semi-auto would be the XDS 45. They wanted to limit everyone to like 1 magazine per gun. They want everyone to surrender their magazines that held more than 5 rounds. So, and there was even some idiot that said flat out, why don't we just outlaw all magazines, period. You put 1 round in the chamber, and if you can't defend yourself with 1 round, hide under the bed and call the police. So, the fact that they can never move the magazine below 10 rounds is a humongous victory in this country. But, like I said, there's more. Now also, James Tresmond has his civil suit contention January 14th, I think. He's contesting it in state court, and he's contesting it. His contest is considered the second most likely to succeed, behind the New York State Rifle Pistol Association's contest, which is the most likely to succeed. But also on January 8th, Mr. Tresmond was defending in criminal court a citizen who had a magazine with too many rounds in it. This citizen had too many rounds in his magazine, and he was arrested and charged with a crime. Police arrested him, prosecutor wouldn't drop the charges, judge wouldn't dismiss the charges. But because a federal judge has declared that law about loading too many rounds in a magazine unconstitutional, charges are dropped. You physically can't do that. If you're ever charged with breaking a law, and that so-called law is declared unconstitutional by a federal judge, you go free. So, for that guy that's not going to face criminal charges, that's some good news. Another case, the prosecutor said, I'm not doing it. Throw the case out. Also, on the lighter side, my mother was on Facebook, the Yonkers Police Department's website, official Facebook page. An individual saw me, remember that night I was telling about the snow on the hill, the ice, and I'd actually grab the kids and walk them down the hill. Well, yeah. Guy actually gave me a shout. He said, "God bless that gentleman." So, someone praised me for just doing. I was doing my job. It wasn't all my responsibility. The guy that owned the auto shop, he had to have his guys clean the front of the street, and their part of the hill. So I wasn't alone in that action. There were others that helped me out, so I have to thank them. God bless them too. I got my NRA knife, my membership. I'll show that in an upcoming video, and there will be 2 book reviews. There are mandatory reading books. There are books that are mandatory reading for all gun owners. I'll review them in detail. But let me clean this chip off. I ordered 2 new USB drives in the mail. When the USB drives come in the mail, I'll clean the chip off, and we'll start over. But for right now, Happy New Year. Thank you all. God bless.